don't even know
I need to be back in Africa, fam. I need to be back in the
been
sun.
up and down. Cool. Let's start the show, bro.
Yes.
Boxing with the man, them. Oh, Anthony Joshua.
Come on,
Get
boy.
A knockout. I don't know if I'll say I was impressed, but I'm happy nonetheless.
Yes.
I think as boxing fans, sometimes we're never impressed. Like, cause I posted his knockout on our YouTube channel, and like literally they were like, "Nah, yeah, like the guy took a dive and this and that," and I'm like,
"Yeah, everyone, you know how it is in boxing. You see, boxing fans are spoiled, innit? But we have the reason to be spoiled. It's a glorious sport. It's a sport that's been with us for a long time. So everyone's entitled to their opinion, as we are. That's why we're doing boxing with the mandem. This is the mandem's opinion, innit? Yeah. So sometimes it's good for us to get across our opinion. And you get me. We don't want to shag no one else's, but you know how it goes. Everyone's rubbish. Everyone's a bum. That performance is. I get it. I'm not mad at you for saying that. I'm just saying that he done the job what he was supposed to do, and now we're gonna analyze what we saw, innit, for future fights. Because ultimately. Like, if people are betting people or people think they know the sport, then this is where we come and conversate about that sport. I think what's happened with Joshua is that his celebrity persona is bigger than his boxing persona. And you see, he still sells out arenas. He's very popular. I see him on like different advertisings. He's a personality now. He's almost like a British name where they like the name, but the name don't match what they like. Does that make sense? You want this guy to be your Tyson Fury / Usyk / Ali, and you've given him the status off of the ring, but in the ring, is it that? We are starting to understand it's not. I think, from my own personal opinion from the fight, I feel like he done well, but I'm a boxing person who likes defense. I feel like if you can't defend yourself in the ring, then boxing becomes a very disabling game, and it will disable you. You'll start slurring your speech, you start talking a bit funny. Do you get it? Like, that's just life, innit? It's taking punishment. Mayweather said it best. All the greatest fighters say it best. Don't take punishment in that ring, no matter how much money you're getting. That's where the skill is, innit? And Joshua took punishment. what do you think?
You know what? I'm still trying to find, because I think it was between 4 or 5 that his nose started bleeding. And I was like, whoa, where did this happen? Like,
the Jermaine Franklin, his nose was bleeding. Now again, this one is nose is bleeding.
Like,
with a new trainer, it's consistent.
Where it's like, okay, your nose is bleeding. All right,
I've seen it bleed before, but and
that's totally fine. Like, I understand, but I'm gonna give Joshua the benefit of the doubt, because this is the second time. No, this is the third time this has happened. A late opponent that's coming. Because even Carlos Takam was a late opponent. Ruiz, late opponent. Helenius, a late opponent. If this was any other fighter, this fight would have been cancelled. And that's why I have to give props to AJ for that. Now,
and Helenius for doing his job.
And Helenius making it a tough fight, because at the end of the day, like, Helenius is no pushover. I don't care what anyone says. Deontay Wilder knocked him out in the first round. But let's really think, Wilder had a whole camp as well. So, do you get what I mean? And one thing I will say, even when we analyze it from the first round, what I noticed straight away was Helenius didn't come in crazy like he did with Deontay Wilder, where he was becoming more educated. I don't know if that's because obviously he didn't prep for the fight and he's trying to, make the round go on so he could grow his confidence. But you actually saw AJ trying to stalk him to get that punching, get that knockout, and it was like it wasn't coming. And I think during I think it was like probably the 5th or 6th round, he was talking to Derek James, and he was like, I can't get him with the right, and he was just like, use your jab. And it's almost like, I don't know, this is the part about AJ where I'm a bit confused, like, and I think you said this earlier before we started this show, is he better with the new coaches, or was he better before? Because the things that we thought were like standard with AJ, it seems to be so hard now. It's like you need to be told again, or you're just not doing it. Or as fans, are we seeing more behind the scenes of AJ that's making us overly critical of AJ's performance? I
think what's happened is we've overrated AJ. AJ is a very good boxer. He's a 2-time world champion. He's done very well in the career. We've given him, as fans, accolades, and we're fans. Like, let's be real. AJ's a popular boxer. He's one of the people that make the heavyweight division fun. Like, we're still following him, and he's got no titles. He's still selling out, no titles. That's fine. I think that we can accept that. My thing is, from a technical point of view, Derek James was supposed to make this guy defensively better. I am not seeing that. So I'm like, you're better off with McCracken, where at least you can crack him. You get it? Excuse my pun, but you're better off with my man than out here tentatively getting attacked. Because he was out here tentatively getting attacked. If you take your time to break a guy down and knock him out in the 6th round, I love that. I prefer that type of a performance, to be honest. But I want to see that you don't get hit for that. He was taking punishment and licks. You give him 10 Heleniuses for the next 10 years. He don't make it to year 10. Don't make it to year 10 with that type of punishment on your face. Your eye is black, your lip is busted, your nose is bleeding, and this guy's not even throwing crazy shots. He's just one jab, one straight, one jab, and he's catching you, and he's opening you up. I'm screaming, AJ's thing with my man is what it isn't it? I just feel like at this moment in time, I'm becoming a believer that your trainer don't make you, you make yourself. I'm feeling like AJ needs to like really focus and hone in as to how he wants to end his career. I'd rather, and I know this might bore you people out there that love knockout, I'd rather AJ go UD with all these guys and never take no punishment again than have performances like that. If you think a performance like that is excellent, I'll tell you this now, AJ fought Eric Molina and beat him quicker than Wilder beat Molina. Wilder went 9 rounds and Wilder got buzzed against Molina. And them times we were like, right, AJ done a better job against a like-for-like opponent. Now this is the reverse of that. The difference between the two is that when Wilder got buzzed, that was Wilder's early campaign. That was Wilder still quite young. This is AJ seasoned. A seasoned AJ should be having a lot better performances than Wilder when he wasn't seasoned. You get it? I'm seeing now Wilder seasoned at 39. I'm saying, Wilder's definitely seasoned. This is not a joke thing. AJ's not a joke thing, but I'm screaming that I expect improvement. Right now, that fight, that performance, from the damage I saw defensively, no, I'm not going to talk about his attack. AJ's attack is always excellent. That's why he's got a high knockout ratio. He knows how to attack. Defensively, I thought that was porous. Do you get it? Attack-wise, I felt like he could have done him earlier because I know AJ's ability. You know AJ's ability. We saw AJ's ability when he knocked him out and it was clean. We're saying AJ could have done that earlier. He was moving, doing all of this, all of that, all of this. When you're doing all of this, I expect you not to get hit, bro. This guy wasn't coming on top of AJ. My thing is, AJ's a good fighter. This division right now in the heavyweight division is one that's not about lacking. And now any lack that you get, people are on your arse. We're screaming AJ against Wilder. This ain't even the champions. We're not talking about AJV. The top boys Usyk again or Fury or the Zhangs. I'm screaming AJ's about to fight a former titleist. And I'm worried. So
I'm definitely worried. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What do you think about that?
Like, I'm looking at that fight now and I'm like, be smart. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm willing to make a prediction.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen. If he proves me wrong, boy, replay this. You get me? You get me on my Niger. You get me British and that. You get London, Watford, whatever. Like, I'll be there. Like, bro, I'm so happy I was wrong. I'm screaming Wilder aces him, fam. I'm screaming Wilder aces him. I'm saying that with chest, bruv. I feel like people are really disrespecting Wilder. I feel like when all said and done, people look at Fury's record and they'll look at that Wilder win as one of his better wins, which is it currently is anyways. I'm screaming that body is a serious body. And I'm screaming when AJ meets Wilder, we'll see that, right, that body's a serious body. I'm screaming that I'd even like to see Wilder against Usyk. I'm screaming that Wilder is the second in line to Fury. And that's why Fury is wanted by everybody else.
You know what? What I will say is boxing's not straightforward like that. No. And I think we have 4 great heavyweights.
Yes.
That we still don't know who's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I know.
Well, we know who 1 and 2 is, but we don't know who 3 or 4.
We don't even know one.
We still don't know who number 1 is really.
Right. We don't really
So
know.
we could have our assumptions and choose who our favorite is. And the reason why I say this. Now, if AJ beats Deontay Wilder, whatever fashion he does it, he still can't. I still don't see him beating Usyk.
But if he beats Fury, then we've got, you get me, round robin, which has happened in boxing before.
Yeah.
Where one guy can beat another guy, but the other guy can't beat the other guy, but the other guy seems to be good at beating the other guy. Do you get it? Like, it's rock, paper, scissors. That's fine.
And I'm
happy for that.
That's where we're going to head in. Because I still think Wilder, because of how I saw Tyson Fury deal with him, I think to myself, like Anthony Joshua is not a dickhead. Do you see what I mean? And when I say that, it's like you're gonna get hit by AJ. Yeah. And I've seen when you put a lot of pressure on Deontay Wilder, educated pressure,
you can break him.
You could break him down, and he's breakable. Yeah. I don't care what anyone says.
Everyone's breakable, yeah.
But I think the way he's breakable is that we've always said that Deontay Wilder lacks physical attributes of a traditional heavyweight because when you look at him, he has the same physique as like an Okoli, a Reactport. He's actually like a cruiserweight. Yeah, just a tool. So obviously that might not necessarily play a part, but I think for me, when I look at AJ, and I'm saying this now, ever since the Usyk fight, I think all the battles literally have been with his mind. I think the main hurdle that he has to always get over is the losses that he's gone through, and I think the residual damage of that Ruiz fight is still carrying on now. So
tell me about Wilder then.
Okay,
so with Wilder, that's the thing, because this.
So when I look at Wilder,
has he got the same battle mind problems that AJ has?
So this is the thing: when a tough gets going, Wilder's going. And the reason why I say that, in that Tyson, the third fight, Tyson Wilder dropped him twice in one round. I think people forget that.
Yeah, done well. I mean,
and after that, and this is the thing with Wilder, and I've noticed that if he can't knock you out,
he can't.
It is long. Yeah. Whereas with AJ,
he can box to a plan.
He could at least say, okay, cool, stick behind the jab, I've seen Wilder throw jabs. He threw the best jabs I've probably seen him throw in his career against Tyson Fury, throwing it to the body. But do you know how labored? So I also know that even under big occasions, you like to exert and your energy tank, it goes off.
Yeah.
And this is someone that traditionally we believe has a great tank.
Yeah.
On that fight, he just couldn't keep up the pace. So that's why I say that, me personally, if he doesn't knock him out very early, you get me? And then after that,
you can box him.
You dropped Tyson Fury twice, cool. And then after that, that was it.
Yeah. You start losing every round again. Yeah.
You gave your best shots, and after that, he just broke you down. So I'm not saying that, because obviously I can't say that's what AJ is going to do. What I will say is that if AJ is smart and educated with his boxing,
can beat him,
he could beat him and beat him conclusively.
Yeah, he can.
And probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he beats him without getting knocked down.
Listen,
that's very possible.
You know what? It can happen.
And that would look like a better win.
It will look, listen.
Because when you look at, okay, let's say, for example, AJ, let's say we have a circumstance where AJ beats him by UD.
Yeah.
That's a better win on AJ's part than Tyson Fury.
Yeah, that had to go 3 times.
But Tyson Fury has been dropped about 3-4 times by Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, 4 times easy. Yeah,
4 times
easy. Yeah,
to win that fight. Whereas you take no punishment from Deontay Wilder, you beat him UD.
Yeah. There's a part of me that feels like AJ can beat Fury. I don't know why, but I feel like they're past, and the way Fury fights, AJ's accustomed to British fighters. Like the way Fury fights isn't something that AJ hasn't seen. He's tall. AJ used to fight these type of guys like Zhang Li's, your Furies. It's the people that are not as orthodox that I feel that AJ always has issues with. Hence why whenever he comes against certain Americans like Andy Ruiz or Franklin, or even now the Nordic guy beat him because he's more like traditionally what AJ's used to facing, tall European boxing types. You understand? I'm screaming that Wilder's not your average fighter for AJ. Yeah. Wilder's someone that don't box the way you've been showed how to beat opponents. He's a guy that literally relies on a one trigger thing. And you're right. If AJ pulls off the plan and boxes him, you can do it. Fury showed you the game plan. My issue is the defensive holes.
Yeah.
Them type of holes, that this guy from Norway, I forgot his name. What's his face name?
Helenius.
Helenius. If Helenius is just catching you with peppering jabs that's causing your face to mishmash like that, I don't want to see Wilder touch you with something. I don't want to see it.
I get it.
But you know what? I need to see the fight, and that's going to happen.
100%.
That
January. Fight's going to happen.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
They're saying it's going to. Let's go back to the AJ fight. Let's talk about the knockout.
It was a sweet knockout, man.
It was a beautiful knockout.
He was setting up the whole fight, though.
Yeah.
Setting up the whole fight. Jab to the body, overhead.
That's what kind of annoyed me about it, because it was just so like, it was a ticking time bomb, but he lacked patience, and I felt like what you said earlier about how like you had rather him just kept on going on, doing his jab work, hurting him, and then just blast him out. But I feel like the AJ we've got now is rushing his work. Or that's why I say it's a mental game with him, because I just think like you still got it.
Yeah, I think the pressure, you know what I mean? And I feel like him not having the titles has helped him, because he said it himself. They've given him the status of an all-time great boxer in terms of him living. You know, when you die, this is how they treat you. Him, AJ living as he is now, they're treating him like a guy. He's getting sponsorship deals. He's making the most money. He's still the guy at boxing. He's still the face. Do you know what I mean? Like, Fury's not the face. AJ's the one that's loved. He's the people's champ. And that's a lot of pressure on his shoulders, because he's not meeting up to everyone's standards. And the issue with AJ as well is because he's his own biggest critic, he's looking out for the critics that criticize him the way he criticizes himself. And that causes you a loop of always doubting yourself. You get it? And I understand that. You know what I mean? You are comparing yourself to all-time greats. Boxing's a game of, I want to be the best, not only of this era, but of the past and potentially the future. It's a hard game, but you have to take it with fun. And I feel like AJ needs to enjoy himself. I like the whole, doing the little exhibit suck it at the end. I like that. You get me? Stuff like that, yeah? That's what people like AJ for. And I feel like AJ needs to stick on that type of energy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I like the idea that he ran out the ring, went to go. At the beginning, I was like, oh, is he upset? Then I see him happy, and I see him talking to his family, and I was like, this is what you need. Enjoy this ambience. You understand? Enjoy your boxing, because ultimately, whether you become an all-time great or not, it's left to the historians, not you. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep making your family proud. Keep keeping yourself grounded. And that's what I like about the guy. And I can't lie, I enjoy that about watching him box. The whole little... If you know about freaking WWE, you know about that.
Triple X.
Triple X,
Nah, honestly, I was kind of happy, because I felt like it felt like he was enjoying boxing, because I've always felt like watching him, even at the press conference, I was like, whoa, like I didn't understand why he was angry and so on. And I feel like with AJ, it's like you just don't know.
Yeah, some days he's upset.
Some days he's upset. Some days it's like...
Some days in his spiritual bag. Sometimes he's in his road bag. Yeah.
You know what? Like, because he wants to give everyone such a great show and he's so loyal to the fans, it's like, I'm starting to think like AJ needs to kind of focus on himself.
Yeah, be selfish.
Be a bit selfish with him.
Man. People want that from him. That's the joke.
The Dillian White situation is not his fault. He can't do anything about it.
That's crazy, that behavior.
You know what I mean?
3 times.
We'll get on to Dillian White in a second. But do you get what I mean? So I think with the AJ fight, I'm happy that he's now getting into knockout ways. I would even mind seeing him fight someone else before.
Oh yeah, cool. I can't like this Wilder fight. Yeah, is one of them fights, and I'd like to see Wilder fight someone else. That's one of them fights that I'm happy to watch the build up. I can't lie. I don't mind them fighting another bum on the way to that. The thing about boxing is, all you champions and anyone that's boxing, people don't mind people watching mismatches on the run to the championship fight. Do you get it? Like, people, in fact, that makes it exciting. Do you know what I mean? Right now, the Helenius thing made it sweet, because now we've got a common opponent. I enjoy that. What people don't like is when people set up nonsense fights and there's nothing ahead of that to grin about. Do you know what I mean? And I get why people are upset with Fury. I get why people are upset with, for example, like when Tank's done it in the past, or any other boxer's done it in the past. People just want to know that, all right, after these bum fights or dud fights, that, we might lose the fight if you lose against this. So it makes the dud fight a bit even exciting. Have you got a big boy matchup set up? And that's the thing I like about AJ's thing. So if they want to, in between now and January, have another little run-up fight, please, Wilder, AJ, both of you. Bring whoever you want.
Especially both of them not being champions.
Yeah, why not?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so keep yourself busy.
I think let's go on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Obviously, because AJ was fighting Helenius, that means, obviously, Dillian White wasn't fighting. And the reason why Dillian wasn't fighting is because he failed. Now, I think sources are saying that he's failed multiple VADA tests, and it's getting ridiculous.
What was the thing that they caught him within the system?
I'm not even too sure, because a lot of it hasn't even come out. But I liked what Chisora said. I even actually commented on one of the videos, and I said, look, I thank Chisora for what he's saying. It's getting to the point where, like, it needs to get stricter. If they give 10-year bans out, like the Olympics and all of that, people won't do it again.
Bro, you know what it is, though? The problem that you're having with boxing is that boxing is an entertainment game masqueraded as a sport. I'll be real with you. The boxing sport is in the amateurs. this is entertainment. Although us are watching it as a sport, we watch it as a sport, we enjoy it as a sport. In reality, it's the equivalent of WWE. Hence why AJ done a little suck it sign. Do you get it? So although we feel like this Olympic testing, VADA and USADA should be out here, the truth is it's the promoters that run the game, and the promoters are making money off your ticket sales. So the moment you lot support fighters that have previously cheated, what can we do? Let's keep it deep, yeah. I didn't want to cuss out Dylan because I'm looking at the game like, before I cuss out Dylan, I need to go back to Canelo. I have to go back to Margarito. I have to go back to, who's the other one that got caught? What's his name? Billy Joe Saunders. I have to go back to Tyson Fury. I mean, do you know how many fighters I have to, Oscar Rivas? Do you know how many fighters I have to go through that these lot have all had a blind eye to? Like, I'm tired, bruv. Like, we all can tell that whoever's got money on their back, they're not going to let these people die. And I get it. If you've invested millions into Dylan White, and Dylan White, you know he sells X amount of money, everybody and their mama are going to try their best to make sure that his punishment is as light as possible. The guy's been caught 3 times. I can't do nothing at this stage. I don't think it's a case of changing boxing. I feel like people and the audience of boxing need to understand that this is entertainment. And the nice thing about boxing, which we have to be positive about, is that the real proper cheaters never prosper. So Canelo's prospering, yes. He's one of the best technically, yes. I can't take that from him. But he did take an L to a guy called, what's his face? Bivol, who's never been caught for cheating. Talk less of what the Americans say about the Russians. Or the Russians be cheating. Yeah, cool. But
he actually lives in America.
But he's never been caught, Bivol. Yeah. So already we got a situation of a guy that's clean beats a guy that cheats. Tyson Fury, hopefully at one point, you get me, if he loses, we can then say another example. Look, another cheater that's taken an L. Yeah. So let the universe do the universe's job. I feel like us trying to get these majors to try and do anything, we're lying to ourselves because these lot all get paid by these guys. Dylan White has to pay for VADA testing. You think VADA want to get rid of one of their biggest clients? They've caught the guy 3 times.
They're like, this is excessive. What the hell are you taking?
Listen, Dylan White's a cash cow to VADA. VADA looking at it like, Dylan White, see, same time next year, yeah? All right, cool. Say nothing. Dylan White pays them to test him and catch him. They're looking at the game like, why would we get rid of our biggest clientele?
They'll probably sat down dealing like, what's going on, mate? Look, these adverse findings.
There's too many,
what
mate.
What are we going to do?
We'll give you a 2-week notice ban, yeah? We'll say that you ate some fucked up meat and then come back again. Brother, VADA eat off of people that pop dirty, you know?
Yeah.
It's a crap game. What can we do, bro?
Yeah,
what can we do?
It's unfortunate.
Conor Benn got caught at one point. There's so many fighters I can go on about.
But at least with Conor Benn, he cleared his name. Me personally... Cleared your name.
Yeah, Canelo cleared his name, innit?
Nah, but Canelo got a ban though.
Did he?
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. A lot of these Tyson Fury got a ban. They hid it with the whole he mental health. He get a ban. Billy Joe got banned.
Yeah, they did get banned.
All of these guys got banned, so they accepted their punishment.
A ban is equivalent of me not fighting for a year. That's it's a joke. But
it is what it is. Yeah. So I think in regards to boxing, I think that's us boxing with Mandem, we're done. Make sure you subscribe. Like our comments, the engagement has been great and it's motivating us to keep going every week. So for the next fight, we got Eubank coming up.
You didn't want to talk about Oscar Valdez against Navarrete.
You got to talk about that. I didn't know what.
Oh, right. That's the super feather. Okay. So the guy that Shakur Stevenson beat to unify the titles was Oscar Valdez. He lost against a guy called Navarrete. Navarrete is a really good fighter. Okay. He beat him, in unanimous decision. Obviously, the top rank obviously wanted Oscar Valdez to win because he's the guy that got beat by Shakur. So Navarrete is a guy who's been holding titles. He's WBO super feather, and he's all right fighter. It's a war of attrition. Mexican style kind of boxing.
So what's it next for Navarrete?
I don't really know super featherweight. You know what it is? When divisions start to lose their English speaking presence, it's hard to follow because obviously. You're not.
I do even know.
Yeah, of course, because you're not from that. Obviously, Oscar Valdez, although he's English speaking from America, he's more on the Mexican side. So the Mexican Americans and the Mexicans would actually be watching him more so. So obviously, it's harder for us to follow. But he's a good fighter. But Shakur's already beat him up. So for me, it's like I watch boxing more so.
What, both of them?
No, Shakur beat up Oscar Valdez, and then he left the division. Okay. Obviously, Shakur, I saw Navarrete. Navarrete is all right. Shakur will whoop him, man. It's not. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm going to say. I'm watching boxing more so for the skill. So I just watched that just to see what Shakur's leftovers. No offense to Oscar. Oscar's an excellent fighter, but to see what he was doing after that, and he lost. So
Chisora fight was actually a good fight.
I heard Chisora got wobbled, got
it was a hard fight. I think
it's time for him to hang him up. But the money is so sweet for Chisora. He's probably the richest out of all of them. He's probably the richest out of all of them now. Fight that fight, He's been fighting since Hay was about. He really is eating peas. Like Chisora is rich beyond measures.
Yes, Hrgovic.
How did he do?
That wasn't.
Hrgovic is, you know
what? I thought Hrgovic was a dangerous fighter, you know.
Do you not see Zhang basically beat him? Have you watched that Zhang fight?
No, but that was it. Like, the Zhang fight is what exposed him.
Zhang is the Hrgovic. Zhang is the guy. Zhang, put it this way, I don't see Zhang beating like Joshua or Wilder or the top four, the mighty four. But to get to the mighty four, a lot of you guys ain't getting past Zhang. Like, even my man, the one I rate, the American guy that didn't have a good performance against that other guy. What's that American dude? Jaron Anderson.
Yeah,
he's not getting past Zhang.
Nah.
You get it, like
he went life and death.
You get it, like even my man that's about to fight Usyk, Dubois. He should be happy that he got a chance to eat money because Zhang would stop Dubois. I'm sorry.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Like, I'm screaming that this Hrgovic guy is decent, but Hrgovic is basically like for me to believe you can beat Zhang, go talk to Hrgovic, and a lot of guys might beat Hrgovic. I can't lie to you.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think on that note, then we're done.
Yeah.
Boxing with the man. Then please make sure you subscribe, like our videos, share your opinions, even if you don't agree with us. I honestly don't mind. I like every single comment, even if you don't like us, we'll like you. Boxing with the man. Them.
Much love.
With Tox.
Bless.
We're out. Peace.